some sort of.
All right,
Okay.
so we're about to go live on radio in
Okay, I'm
NIMBA
doing the
County,
introduction. Hold on.
and so shortly you will hear the NIMBA radio representative, and
So folks in Radio Land
I
time,
hear the mayor
22 minutes outside
should be
7
joining
o'clock
us on this interview.
in Campus today. And normally we have this program coming up by 7 o'clock, but we've gone a little bit into it because we had to do some arrangement. So it has taken some of our time to do so, which was not also bad. And so this evening we are having our usual brothers, Kawi and Emery, on the land in the United States of America. Duke is going to be on the show. Emery is going to be here with Duke. And so let's welcome them first before we proceed. Gentlemen, good evening from our end in Liberia. Hi, Dan. How are you? Okay, we're okay. And so we want to welcome you again to this a normal program, Peace Talk on Bush Ever Radio.
Thank you, Don. We appreciate the people in NIMBA County, the studio, and we look forward to educating our people today. I hope you're doing well, as you and your family.
Okay, gentlemen, you're welcome. We got a very strange situation in Calgary today. We had a debate, and it did not really go well, and it's another very ugly record in the history of Delegate when it comes to conducting debates. I'm sure you guys might have witnessed them on Facebook or whatever, but if you haven't, that was the case here in Calgary today. But before we dive into that, let's hear a few things. What are the updates you have with respect to our usual discussions this evening?
Yeah, first of all, Dan, I will openly condemn for what happened today, especially peaceful citizens, our mothers, our fathers, our elders, all people that went over there to see something positive, to witness and listen to something positive from our leaders or potential leaders. It was a sad day. When we keep talking about being different from the past, this is a reminder of being different from the past. We remember 1983, NIMBA raid, 1985, the Cuban invasion, 1986, followed by 1986, the election with Jackson Bill being denied. We remember 1989. All of these things, our people, the elderly people, they all suffer it. Young, old, everybody. What tribe is from, what creed, what religion is from, everybody suffer it. So we don't want to be reminded of the past. The reason why people study history is to correct those things that went on wrong, to fix those things that we cannot repeat. But in Liberia, we see a complete contrast. We see a repeat of all of the things that have caused our country to retrogress. We see those things happen. We cannot continue in the same path. That's the reason why we always speak on unity. That's the reason why we want us to be united, not by the tribe we just speak, not by the color, not by the creed, the religion, but by our common thing we have as Liberians. That's the reason why we want us, whether we serve different parties, political parties, we want all of us to be able to disagree, but at the same time, respect each and everyone. Respect the opposing views, respect the views of the market woman, respect the views of the pastor, respect the views of the teacher. We can still be under one umbrella. We can still be in one county. We can still be in one district, one town, one city, and have those things happen. But we have to, first of all, learn from our history. Our history has not been good. That's the reason why we have to correct some of those things of the past and make sure we make gains going forward to build a better Liberia for our children, our grandchildren, our children's children. So I'll give you a chance to throw a little light on it.
And it saddens me when our people are engaged in violence, especially during the time, when we should be telling the people who were seeking the votes how we intend to govern them. I condemn the actions of the both parties involved, and I call on the people of Malaga to hold them accountable. We cannot be talking about unity and then having people engage in violence, especially at a debate. It is sad, it is unfortunate, and my heart goes out to the people of Wedegate, and hopefully our people at NIMBA can see that the actions of those individuals involved, the parties involved, does not represent the country we're trying to build. So my heart goes out to the people, and hopefully the mayor of that area will be able to look into it, and possibly police can investigate and hold those that are accountable for their actions today.
Okay. So that was it. We are trying to connect the city mayor, Honorable Lord Mayor Philip Blessing Flumo, to see if you had his input into what happened today. It started even yesterday when the guys from the opposition went a loggerhead. There was some fighting, and it continues up to today. So a lot of people are wondering, are having fear that this could be the beginning of the future. And so, like you rightfully said, we offer unity, and we don't want. I mean, the most surprising thing is that this thing is not happening in other districts in Lima County. It's happening specifically in our district in Nimba County, the Delegate District. People are engaging in violence. If you see people formation of this political campaign is so brutal. You see some of the guys marching as if they're on the battlefront. Other people use a whole lot of ugly languages that could spark a problem. And we are again trying to get the National Elections Commission involved to see if the city educators can come around again. This time around to preach the message of peace that will lead to 2023 October 10 elections. Because it's so extreme and nobody will want to see such a violence like you guys have said it. So we are highly hoping that the Lord Mayor is going to be calling, or he might come over to the studio and to make his contribution. But that is it so far. That was the situation in countless days during the course of the debate, the very first of its kind, where people would take the stage and then start engaging each other brutally, and it led to the disruption of the debate today. Timothy, yeah, I don't know how you managed. You left your one for a sneaker inside there, or how you did it, Timothy.
Okay, let me say hello to our guest there from the US, with Nicole. Is Duke also there?
Yeah, Duke is back.
Okay, I want to say hi to the both of you.
Thank you.
What happened today at the Khan High School campus in the auditorium was very, very violent. And many of us, like Dario said, we have to run. We really have to run. We run today. We ran today because the disruption was all over. Everyone was in high gear, fouling gear because somebody wants to fight somebody. Yeah, the opposition faced people were preparing, people were fighting. Churches and one another. That was so terrible today. In fact, most of the candidates have to make their way running. They were taken out of the audience and the auditorium by their supporters. And that was so bad on the stage today. And the crew of journalists also had to run. Seriously, they had to run. So what happened to your microphone? My recorder, what I did was make sure get my battery out quickly and get my out of the auditorium because the place was very violent. I could see people chase people here and there, and we were not. The place, the number of security there. The number of security there was really not enough to calm down the situation. And
yeah,
as we saw, there was
Timothy and Dan, I'm sorry. The reason why, do you know the reason why this is happening in Bergen? In conflict Bergen? Okay, it's very, very simple. How many times since the 4 or 5 years or the 12 years this had happened in Bergen? You can't count your fingers, right? You cannot count your fingers how many times this happened. When I write election styles, it tells you that politicians, they keep using our people. That's the message. Our people will have to open their eyes. Because when it comes to liberation, I don't care what message that Martin Luther King preached in America. If the individuals were not willing to listen to it and make correction, it would not have happened. I don't care who you are. If you don't listen to the message as a person, to make a personal change as a person, it will not happen. Everybody over there had the option to look at the issue as an individual and say, I will not be violent. I will not be, no matter who the politician that I support, I will not be violent. I'll be violent. That's the option we have in life. But the only way that can happen if our eyes are open. When you open the eyes of the people, they start to see things from a different standpoint, then Liberia will be okay. Until then, politicians control, most of them control our people. Because the same group you see go and support a politician over there, the same group, right, that will support a politician over there, some of them don't even have food to eat. And that's the truth. But what? $5 or $10 because they hold our people hostage. They hold our people, they don't want to provide jobs. If you have your job that you're being paid, do you think you're going to go and risk your life out there for anybody? No, you will not do it. So let's continue with the conversation.
Yeah, and that is a great point by Emery. A lot of the things stems out the fact that election time people feel entitled to come there to, cause public disruption. But I think it's only better if the people understand that this election is a critical period and that we have to make the right decisions. Because if something like a debate that is meant for those that are vying for office to tell you how they intend to govern, if the people cannot show up and be law abiding, then it tells you what they'll do if you give those people public office. So it's sad. We condemn the action. And then let me ask you, can you tell me in the parties that were engaged in this brawl at the local debate?
Yes. What really happened is that we don't want to render justice. We don't want to render justice as to who did what today. But as far as we're concerned, what happened today was Berega District number 3 has like 8 candidates for the representative seat, and all 8 of them were invited to go through the debate today. And then, and so when I say 8 of them are from different political parties, and they were here. But there was something we got to understand later. That was the time for the debate was different, and the debate started before the time, and so other people, I don't know how they did that. Other people went before the time, and other people came in time, and then that was where the misunderstanding started. But all the 8 candidates that I running for the representative seat in Berege, that's Berege electoral district, were all in attendance, and it started among them.
Yeah, but it shows that people don't have solutions. When people don't have solutions to solve the problem, right? They want chaos. Most cases they want chaos. When people don't have, that's the only strategy people have when they don't have solutions to solve the problem of unemployment in our country. They want to disturb the peace. It's wrong. We all must condemn it, and those that did it must be sent to court and then be penalized based on our law. You know, we have laws, right? We have laws to adjudicate all of those different cases. I think it's about time that we'll be able to. And I'm asking, even the city mayor, I'm asking the superintendent, the president, you have to send a message to people that continue to commit crime in our country or do wrong. We cannot have impunity. Impunity is one of the issues, one of the problems we have always had in the country. That's the reason why we see us in the same old path. The country is not progressing because of our old behaviors have not been checked, have not been countered.
And you're right. You're right, Emery.
One of the factors that we realized today has been the guys who conducted the debate today. The guys who came to conduct the debate today missed the mark. That is, according to what I heard from them, they sent an email to the various candidates to be there, showing them a specific time. But then they started the debate before the time that they already emailed to the candidates. And then some of the guys got angry because they were not treated fairly.
Yeah, that is a sad story. But you know, in the end, we have to hold those people that are accountable for their actions, and that's why we are speaking to the House of the Liberian people that we need people in leadership who can help us to make the right decision, and we shouldn't be at the point where something like a debate, just to tell the people like, okay, I'm running to be your representative of this district, or I'm running to lead you. This is what I would do. This is the problem I see. This is how I'm going to solve it. But we can't get to that point. And the only thing that will happen is people become violent in the process. I think it's sad. It is disappointing. And I hope that, the law can take some level steps in identifying those individuals that were involved and just making sure that we're holding them accountable. But Emery rightfully said that then that when people don't have ideas, that's what they run on. They run on violence. They become physical. But if you force them to say, "Look, let's focus on the issues and tell the people how we intend to govern it," you see that they have no control of it. But I'm hoping that this incident will be, resolved. Some sort of measures will be put in place, and hopefully we can get the city mayor to be able to provide some level of clarity, because going into election, this is something that we don't want to happen frequently.
Yes. And then the solution people are looking up to is there should be a rerun of the debate. So that's where we are right now. We're not sure whether there's going to be, but the public, Timothy, I think the guys were talking about having a rerun.
Yeah. Even when we managed to speak to one of the candidates, Emon Yegba, he said he's recommending to the organizers reorganize this because he did not have the chance to speak to his people. So he really hoped that the organizers can reorganize this debate and put a lot of plans and put some mechanism in place to make sure that the communication is going. It reaches everybody in time, and they are all notified as to when this will be the debate will kick off and who has to be involved in it, because that was one reason that led to the disruption. like Director rightfully said, they emailed everyone. Every candidate was emailed. The time was 2 o'clock. Yeah, 2 p.m. 2 p.m. was mentioned in the email. But it was to many of the candidates surprised when the debate kicked off by 11 a.m. in the morning. So, I mean, it was embarrassing. A lot of them came by 1:30 because they were hoping that the debate would start 2 p.m. So they came 1:30, at which time the debate has gone far. It was. But my question are there. Those who were present by 11 a.m. to 12, how did they get the information instead of 2 that was mentioned? When he spoke to one of the organizers, he said he took radio airways. They sent a communication to the radio Voice of Peace. They announced that I think about a couple of a day, he said 24 hours. So it was announced, and he himself also took the airtime to call to pass the information that there was an adjustment. But that was because many of them were not in the coverage. Many of them were far away from a place that could cover radio kind cover. So they did not get the information because the organizers did not take time to re-email them. Lieutenant, I have a problem. Duke and Emery, we're having a problem with that. You can't email me that you're going to have an occasion, very important occasion with me by 2. And then you take the airway to the one I heard Edmond saying, you send me email telling me to be available by 2. So why will you then go on radio and say people should come by 11 or 12? Why you can't use the thing of email if there's any change in schedule to let me to know? And most of them who came exactly 2, also minute to 2, they came in time. That was the time they were informed to actually came in time. And also it was from this background that the guys came with anger that they were not treated fairly.
Yeah. And
so then most of the things we will want to see what the organizers, I don't know, they had a full planning or, I mean, the case now is that who will be here responsible? That's the big question everyone has been asking today.
Okay, Giant Timothy, you see the reason why we keep saying in order for Liberia to move forward, we have to have a shift, a paradigm shift. A paradigm shift in leadership, in almost everything we do. We have always put the leadership of our country in the hands of people that are not competent, right? I'm not going to sit here, I don't have all of the facts, but I'm not going to sit here and criticize the organizer. But just from what you are saying, that's a problem. That's a problem. If you're going to reschedule something, you're going to make sure that everyone is aware that there's a reschedule or there's an adjustment. You're going to make sure that everyone is informed. You see, these little lapses in our society, in our country, in our culture, is the reason why we have all these conflicts. And all these conflicts can be resolved with good leadership, people that understand how to run things, people that understand, people that have the experience as to how to deal with human beings. It's not easy to deal with us. Even the educated ones, it's not easy to deal with us. But if you have a true leader, somebody who knows how to understand, or somebody who knows the minds of the people as to what to implement, what things, what measures to put in place to avoid some of these simple things that we go through, we'll have a better country. These things are something that is not a rocket science. These things are things that you can easily make a phone call to this leader and that person and that representative and say, you know, we change your date. Okay? We change the date. Something simple as that. But you see what's happening? Because we have this politics, you know, is benefit. We can't politics are benefit. The mindset politics are benefit that were killing our country, our county, our districts, our towns, our cities. Once you understand that concept to say politics are benefit, then now you're going to look at it and say divide and conquer. The issue of divide and conquer comes into play where we'll divide the people because you will benefit, you will conquer, you will be the only hero. That's not good for any country. If you're a leader who is insecure, it's not good for any country, any county, any city. You want everybody to prosper. For me, let me tell you this, I've been managing people for over 15, 20 years, right? My team, I'm not the smartest person on my team, but I hire smart people, brilliant people, because I already have the job. I'm not insecure. So I want smart people to come on to make me look good. And you know, when I go to tell people about the success in my position, my job, I show my team and say, these are the people that are making me better, because the company already trusts me and put me there. So I don't need to fight anybody. I need to make other people to shine. I need to give the glory to other people. I need to be able to motivate other young people. I need to be able to build capacity in young people. I need those things. The only people who can understand when you are being in leadership, you have the experience. And that's a problem in our country. So I will let Duke to chime in, then we can move forward.
Yeah, Dan, you know, from the onset, the beginning, we always talk about, you know, Liberia and this new perspective, right? The new way forward. And when we come to the point where we see that after all these years, we have now learned about how negative or how reverse violence can, you know, impact the adverse impact of violence on our country, then it tells that we have work to do. But it boils down to leadership. It boils down to accountability. I see that you all were trying now to figure out at this time what happened and who's responsible, you know, and the errors of the organizer. In a responsible country, this is where law enforcement will take a stand, because you know when you involve in brawl, that's a violation of the laws of Liberia, right? And law enforcement now, yes, we have to do their due diligence in investigating and holding those people accountable. Because what you do is that when you start holding people accountable, when you investigate, you find people who are in errors, who have violated the laws, then you take action, right? You're enforcing it. Then it deters people from doing something similar in the future. And that's how you start building democracy, you start building system, you start building structure. That's why it is also important for the city mayor to come and speak to this issue. He may not have all of the facts available. However, the role of the city mayor now is to put the people at calm and say, you know what, my people, this thing happened here. We're working for you. We're going to investigate. We're going to make sure that those who are, you know, are responsible will be able to face the full weight of the law, you know, of the people of NIMBA. But overall, you know, we need some kind of a new shift going forward.
Okay, so that has been the case since today. So I actually want to get this point clear. So what do you think? Because this debate has to go to the senatorial and the presidential as well. And so, what do you think can be put together, especially for the senatorial and that of the presidential, so that it can actually be violent free and some chaos can be avoided?
Yeah. So one thing you want to do is you want to meet with the organizers. Need to have a defined, objective in terms of what they're looking to accomplish, and then you know you reach out to the parties involved, set the rules and let them know that look, this is a peaceful engagement, and we don't want a situation where people are taking matters into their own hands. You set the ground rules. You get law enforcement involved, wearing the protection for people at those events.
Okay, Emre.
Yes.
Yeah, Emre, let me hold you there. Honorable Anthony Quilpa is one of the candidates who also came for the program today when it was later on disrupted. He's on the line to speak to the people of the district. Honorable Quilpa, good evening. Fine. You were at the Kanga auditorium today when the debate that you came for was disrupted. Let's hear from you. How was it?
I got Let me just okay, so I got a note from the organizer of the debate back in the debate. Which was September 9th. In the invitation sent to me by the organizers, they said the email, is that it could take place September 9th at Town Hall Auditorium at the precise hour of 2 p.m. So, on the basis of that, I confirmed my participation via email. Right. So, because I knew the debate was going to start at 2, I left Monrovia this morning with the anticipation of visiting few communities before reaching Calgary at 1:30. Because I knew the debate would have started at 2. That's why the invitation said to me. Now, as I was coming between Kakapa and Banga, I was talking about 10 goals to 11 thereabout.
At this time, we're going live on radio in Radio Shepherd, NIMBA County. Our weekly interview. There was a problem today at the debate organized when representatives of the Unity Party and CDC, ended that debate in a violent brawl. And so this is one of the person was at the debate that's actually narrating what's going on, and hopefully we'll hear from the city mayor as well.
around now, everything that is happening, everybody got on the phone, the recording. You will hear me say those things, and people will hear the people admitting and apologize to me for their wrongdoing. And so the people who took offense to that will disrupt the people. Because if the people apologize, you didn't need to bring them up. Okay? That's your business. I saw it. I gave you the time that I saw in the email. Okay? And so if they apologize to me, that is because they know that they wrong me. If they are not wrong, that's your business. So now what happens to do?
Okay, Honorable Anthony Cleopa, thank you very much for exercising restraint. That was what the journalist informed us about. And but what do you look up to? Was that the end, or do we have a reschedule of this debate?
I am eagerly awaiting when the debate will be scheduled. In 2015, I did not attend the debate on the basis of. Let me tell you something, my brother. I am an honorable person. I do not go to debate uninvited. In 2017, the Tuka debate did not formally invite us to the proper debate. So I did not attend. This time around, I was formally invited. And I made every plan to be here today, and I was there today on the time I specified in the invitation. The organizer who failed to inform me of the adjustment in time. For that, they apologize and I accepted. So I'm forward to when the new debate will be rescheduled. Because I can tell you this for a fact. There's no candidate in District Number 3 that has the mental fortitude to debate Anthony Proper on any issue. That is not a discussion. This is a fact. Okay? But if I see myself as a person of substance, I demand respect in every aspect. So the organizers were made known of the mistake they made and the disrespect they accorded to, and they recognized that, apologized. People took offense to the people offering their apologies. I don't know why they did that. That was how the whole thing,
Okay, excellent. Thank you ever so much. It was important we have to speak to you because we never wanted to base on the USA data as professional journalists. We have to verify that with respect to what went on. And you being one of the persons that people allege to have prompted that based on the people, the organizers are probably adjusting to you, which was of course right. Thank you ever so much. We will get to you to get some clarity for the consumption of the public in subsequent time.
Yeah. Again.
Okay. Anthony Kuyumba, we have our brothers on the line from the United States who are keenly listening to you. And I think they want to ask a question or they want to recommend or whatever they want to do. Every welcome, you just heard Honorable Kuyumba saying something.
Yeah, but then this is the point. I respect people, right? But Anthony Kwamba had the access to actually have a show and talk, about the issue, right? This show was not here to showcase Anthony Kwamba's side of the story. It was good that he came on.
Yeah.
But at the same time, too, I expect you to be respectful of the views of other people. This is not a show to just hear about his side. Because if he wanted to talk about his side, he would have paid for airtime, go on radio station, and talk about the ordeal, right? But I think sometimes too, this is what happened. The lack of discipline in our people, right? You came on the show because you guys are respectable people. You guys don't want to try anyone. Yeah. But I think to me, he knows that this is a show that's going on. You should have been brief. You should have been very, very brief to just be able to ask a question or say something and be done. But he's taking over a show, okay, to make it about him, to showcase it. Yeah. This is the issue we have in our country. We're not talking about Anthony Kwamba, who got all the ideas in life. And we're not against Anthony Kwamba because he has all the ideas in life. We're not. But it should not have been that way. You know how much time he took?
Yeah, sorry. What happened to it? Honorable Anthony Kwamba was the major In fact, he was a key player because he brought the fact to the people that they did not respect the crime, and so oppositions and other people never wanted the organizer to appeal to him, and so he being a key factor for what went on today was what gave us the edge to let us to know why people say he was the cause. Of course, we are running a show. This is true, so we want you to let it be, but. That was why he investigated to really provide the clarity. So we started that to the show that yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind clarity. But we all should be practicing. We all should be practicing and have respect for other people. But we all should be practicing and have respect for other people. Right? We give you the opportunity to express it. That at least any professional person, you have a level of time to be able to express themselves and be done. But if you're taking up a full show to explain your ordeal, then it's a problem. Because this is
so that's what we wanted to go, and then we proceed. But I just try to picture to you what happened and how it started.
Let's move forward. Yeah, let's move forward if we can. I guess the city mayor will conduct the investigation, but I think overall there's something that happened and it needs to be addressed by law enforcement, and all of those involved needs to be investigated by the police to make the proper determination.
So I didn't get the call up clearly. No, what they were saying, we were running show normally on a Saturday. The guys can call to us in Liberia and try to caution people with respect to peace and show us one direction to take as we move towards the election. And so they were on the line, and then we wanted you to also see while you were speaking to the public, they were eager to also hear your side of the story. You being one of the alleged key players in the disruption today, and the reason why you were there. So that's why they were saying you never summarize. And so they are telling us that we took most of their time, and then you and I brief to the explanation. And so that's what we're doing. That way, I want to say sorry to them, but I think the gravity of the matter demanded that I give a little bit overview of what actually happened. Okay. I know they're talking, they're encouraging people to give guidance and all down to exactly what we're discussing now. Because what happened today, what happened today is something that people say from fixed Nigeria. Especially those of them who are in the diaspora there, and having their impact in the country, whatever doing. We're saying we have to do it right in every aspect. Okay. Honorable, we will get to you. We will get to you to have a lengthy discussion for our production probably Monday morning. But you have said a lot. We really appreciate that, and we will get to you. So we want the guys to continue the show. Just wanted to have a gist of what went on today. The social was there in the diaspora. But just I'm glad to talk a little bit more. So guys, you can carry on the show. I appreciate what you're doing. Thank you. Okay. So Emre, that was it. Sorry, but I mean, you guys needed to also hear from someone who was one of the key here today, and he was actually considered to be the person who from whom the disruption came, but then it was because it was exact to the people that the time was showed on. He told the people to say sorry. The opposition said, why they should tell him sorry when of course he was right. So that was what went on. Let's make progress. Let's move on. It's not personal, but I just wanted to say that it's very, very simple. It's easy when I'm a professional person and I need to give a brief summary. I will just come out and brief. Okay. So let's move on. Let's make progress. Do you have anything to say?
No, I mean, overall, I said it. Regardless of, what the different opinions are, I think this is where law enforcement should play a part, because all of those involved needs to be questioned, and due process needs to take its course. in the end, Emric, I think the focal point here is we cannot continue to tread on this path. I mean, if even we were late for debate, I don't see how that should, trigger into a large scale violence. I think it is not good for our democracy. It's not good for the people of NIMBA. And the people of Balaguer will desperately need those people that are vying for public office to inform them or educate them about how they intend to govern. But this is a situation we're faced with now, and hopefully, those that are in charge will be able to make the right decision about the future engagements and how some level of accountability can be put forth.
And I think this is also a reminder of a breakdown in leadership, right? We have for so long been doing the same whole thing. And we think we want to move like right forward by having the same mindset that we have had for 40, 50 years ago, right? Times have changed. Leadership is different. All right, leadership now, people got to see your track record. You got to look at your education and track record. You got to on the side of morality and integrity. All of those things that we lack in our society. So we cannot keep doing the same old thing, right? The thing that like we're going to change by doing the same old thing. We have to change. Sure. It's somebody that we like or we don't like. Once you see some history of the person having moral grounds, all right, with the person of moral authority on some issue, we all have preference. But you see, leadership, you have to have some reactions in you that are going to make you be a good leader. The conscience of judging yourself to know whether something is right or something is wrong. Once you have that conscience, then you know that all along in your career, your personal life, you have always guided yourself to do what's right. Even though you find majority saying what's wrong is the way, but you see yourself and say, no, I have to set myself apart from people who say it's right to do. Like we see now, I'm not going to comment, but we see a lot of people follow politicians that have been wrong. That even politicians that are we are for 5-6 years. But in the last minute, not what we are anymore. So they became right to us because they support us and we support them. People that we blame for 12 years, right? We say, oh, the country was bad for 12 years, only certain people benefit them. But then at the same time, we brought in a government that changed from that 12 years that we suffer from. The 12 years and the 6 years we suffer from, we see us still support the same 12 years and the 6 years. And we say, oh, because the people, now they come to us and say they want to bring development here. But if the person did not bring development there 12 years and 6 years, why do you think they're going to bring it there now? It's by our actions. So let us be very, very careful as people to pick people that are going to, whatsoever they say, they're going to do what they say because the words matter. Anybody who is truthful, whatsoever he says, when he says, I will save you $5 tomorrow, or I will do this tomorrow, that person will stick on that and do it. Those are the kind of leaders that we want. We want leaders that have moral aptitude. We don't want leaders that will kind of tell you, say, oh, I will do all of these things around election time. Then in other 6 years or 5 years, you sitting there and hanging there and nothing happening. It's because you don't know your work. You want people to understand their work. You want people to appreciate themselves, their work. Most cases, people don't appreciate their work. Leaders come around this time and push there and say those things because they think, oh, they make us speak Gil, or they make us speak man, or you can speak Madingo, or you can speak Kra. So that's our own. That's our own. No, that's how it works in leadership. You want somebody who's competent, somebody who has a history of doing things the right way. These are the things you want. So I will let Victor come in to express, or you can ask questions.
Yeah. Okay. Before he comes in, like you were saying, he speaks Dio, Mano, or what have you. In most cases, people say because of this region, this person is from this region, they believe if the person is elected, a development will come to that region, or there will be improvement that will come particularly to that region or that tribe. That is why mostly people are based on pushing this regional politics.
So, let me elaborate on that. But the question there, people that are always thought that way, we have to be very, very truthful. How have they been able to benefit from that? How has the county been able to prosper and move forward from that? Because we support people that we don't care who they are, but because they speak you like us, or because they speak Mano, or
or Mandingo,
or speak like us. How has the country been able to move forward from that? Just tell me how. Why do you still sit on the farm and a lot of our brothers are in school? Our brothers and sisters are in school. How our schools, they don't have any computer for our children to learn, to have electricity for the people, to learn how to use computer. Because we're all computer right now, no person can move on. But do we have the leaders in that way to say, let's move our country, our country forward, and having our kids to learn computers and all those things? No. How have it changed some of us that our friends, our brothers, and our sisters are for us every day? They emerge. They're not eating in the pressure or in rough. Okay? How? How is that able to provide jobs for us? The job for our parents to move from doing the hard work and every day. To be able to say, oh, let's make money to send our children to school. How? So if you think that none of those things are going to improve any country, I will tell you, with the experience, I will tell you, it has never happened. It has never happened in life. Not because somebody talks like you, somebody walks like you, somebody acts like you will move the country forward, will move the county forward, the district forward. It will never happen.
Sure. So now Luke can come in. Luke can come in with his interview.
Look, Dan, you see, when I say this is exactly what I'm referring to when I speak of tribalism and sectionalism and all the extra stuff. If you are saying that, or a lot of people think, or some people think that regional politics or tribal politics is to be prioritized because people believe that if that person gets elected, then they will see some sort of development. The first thing I'd like to ask a question: what exactly is development? That's what I'm trying to understand. What is development, right? Because Liberia is still one of the poorest country in the world. In addition to that, NIMBA County is still one of those counties that are economically challenged. You're talking about almost 90-something% of young people in NIMBA County do not have jobs. So when people say maybe it will attract some level of development to that region, then we have to be critical, right? We have to analyze and determine what exactly that particular development is, because if you are giving somebody position of power to enrich themselves, and after you make that man a senator or a representative, he goes to the House of Senate and he makes pretty close to $15,000 a month, right? So let me do the number here so people can say that. So let's say the average senator earns about $15,000 a month. So that would mean that over 12 months, this man will have most likely made $180,000 in salary. That's not considering all the Coco G business and all of that, right? But let's quantify it, or let's compare it to the average family in NIMBA County. How many of the people in NIMBA can say today that they're making $100,000, $180,000 a year? United States dollars. You see what I'm talking about? So we give people position of power because of region politics. We make them rich, but our children struggle, our parents struggle. We don't have food to feed our families. Then we say, oh, regional politics. No, I don't think it's the way. I think we need to think outside of that. And that's why I continue to speak to people and say, look, don't vote for people because you think you're from the same tribe. Because the man will get elected, you'll make $180,000 a year. In several years from now, you'll be a millionaire and you will remain poor. Then at the end of the day, who do you blame? You blame you because you had the vote and you should have voted for somebody that could change your life. So overall, that's I think the conversation. Hopefully, people can see it different. It shouldn't be about tribal politics or regional politics. It's not about this man will do the bare minimum to us or can and give a back a rest and say, oh, we'll be bathroom or latrine. Then you go to his rich families because of the government job, and then we sit down and struggle. I think we need more than that, and that's how people need to start thinking.
Mhm. Okay, thank you very much. That is normally the case where people are always having that thinking because the few when they elect Mr. Paul from this district of this part of the district because they speak the same language and the few that's going to bring development that like you all said it's actually yielding to nothing. There's nothing being done. The country is still maintaining it's still one of the poorest countries around the world. And this region, with all the natural resources we have, still are not making any progress when it comes to the economy. So now, as our guest, what do you think our people listening to us can actually look up to instead of this regional politics?
Yeah, I think, guys, thanks for the question, right? Dan, our people, I will say, I will be very, very clear because they know me, all right? They know me, I've been around there, I live with them. Now, nobody in country, in better get in the Yakima area, those places, something for them, ever tell you that I look at a person because I know that, oh, you from my mom's tribe because it's into my friend. No. People will tell you that every always respect everywhere, everyone, and he cares about everyone. They will tell you that because I did not see anyone different from me, no matter who you are, no matter where you're from. It's the problem in our country, right? When we start caring about each other, care about each other, or if the person is related to me or not related to me, that's progress. That's one of the issues. If we care about people and see everybody and make sure that we want to bring a system that will improve the lives of everyone, that's progress for me. That's a victory for me. If I come to something and see all our brothers and sisters that are left over there, to see them doing well, I'm happy. I'm very, very happy. Okay, that's a success for me. That's how I see success. And the only way that can happen is we have a system that will give them the opportunity. Let me tell you this, right? Our system has decided people. Our system is stopping people progressing in life, improving their life because we have not had a chance to give everyone the opportunity to be able to do what he is to do best. Okay? We have to see someone like on top of a lot of big little cycles I used to see on a mechanic. I mean, these guys are smart people. Okay, but the system did not create a system where they develop themselves. So we say, the people they're not serious. No, those guys are serious. Those guys are good people, right? But we did not create a system that goes to make them to be who they want to be in life. So this is how I see it. I see it in a different way. That we have to create a system that will give everybody the opportunity. People that are talking in the market, people that are selling in the market, people that have the without market, people that sell without market and improve on it. They are not built that system. And we continue to struggle because we see it one way that we get something one person who will take away from us. Instead of bringing a system that will make everybody live a whole life. We are not doing that. There are so many people that sell cocoa, buy cocoa. They go to the different towns and buy cocoa. Their life not going anywhere. They've been doing it for more than 20 years, 40 years, 50 years. Why their life not going anywhere? Because we have not built a system where they can benefit. We see people go and make for a restaurant. They make restaurants. They are doing it for 40, 50 years. They have gone nowhere. Some of our parents, our uncles, they die in it. Okay? They didn't do no improvement. Because the system, we keep saying the system, and what about the system can improve? When you have somebody who is innovative. Innovative means everybody over there to benefit and be happy. Once everybody is benefiting and being happy, they're going to decrease crime. People are going to focus on that, go to school, because if your friends are making $50, $100, $200, $300, $400 a month, $500 a month, then you say, but why do I have to friends still? But I can make money too because my friends are making money. That's the kind of society we want. So let's go ahead.
Yeah, Dan, you look, great conversation. I like to reiterate a few things here. The October 10th election is going to be about where we want to see Liberia. And this is the argument that people like myself will continue to make going forward. If Liberia needs to be changed, voters in Liberia, Liberians, we have to make smart decisions about how they vote for leaders, right? And they will have to start determining what the issues are that they care about the most to address. And let me simplify it a little bit. Let me make it easy, right? So our mom and our pa then, our sister then, our brother then, in NIMBA County, when you electing leaders, you have to think about what this person can do when they take the office to change your life. So, for instance, I would say I want to look at integrity issue, corruption, and I want to look at jobs. If corruption and jobs are the two issues that are important to me, then I would say among all the people that are running for the election here, who the person that I can trust that will not be corrupt, that will be able to solve that issue, or who the person that will be able to provide jobs. And when you're looking for corruption, you're looking for some sort of thing that has been, part of the person that's seeking to run for you. So one other person say, "Oh, they may have accused of this," or the other person was this, that, the rest of it. When you bring all of those things together, then you make a determination. That's how smart people do. That's how voters should be voting in any election. So it is about who can fix the issue of corruption, who can provide job for your children, and amongst all of the people who are telling you they want to lead you, who's better suited.
Okay, thank you very much. I believe everyone is listening tonight, and of course, your information is going down into their mind. So the time we have is the 5:10. So we like you, Duke, and of course, Emery, to just tell us your final messages before we close because of the time tonight.
Yeah, let me go ahead and close, and Emery. Let me say that Emery will close up here. Guys, thanks for everything that you all are doing. Again, I strongly condemn the violence in NIMBA County today at the debate. I don't think that's the way as a people that we need to proceed. Our country have experienced 14 years of civil war, and we don't want any more, violence or bloodshed in that country. The Liberian people are tired. But it comes down to leadership. So the people that you elect, the people that you vote for, the people that you choose to, take care of your county, their actions can either show you that they're serious, or it can put you in further harm. In October, we want you to make the right decision. Vote for people who can do the job, who have the honesty, and who have the skill set, to be able to send your children back to school and to put money in the pockets of your mothers and your father. Not money to take from them as bribe, but because the economy is good and you're selling your crops and you're able to get money because you're selling to people who can afford it. But as the time goes by, before October 10th, we'll continue to be on the airways. We'll continue to speak to the people of NIMBA. And for me, I support Alexander Cummings. That's the person that I believe that will be able to change the country. And I understand and know that the people of NIMBA County will benefit when Cummings win the election. So thank you, Dan. I appreciate it. And we'll be back here again next week to speak to the hearts and minds of the people of NIMBA County.
Thank you very much, Duke. I believe everyone is listening to you. The message is clear. They are getting everything down in their mind. So I believe if people are getting to understand that it's better to vote for competence instead of tribe or region, like you are both saying throughout on the airway. I believe things, a lot of things will change. So thank you very much. We believe that next week we'll be able to hear you again.
Absolutely. Amir?
Okay.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Duke, for closing. I would first of all like to appreciate my young brother Anthony. I've heard of Anthony, and Anthony was actually one to do. That's far from me. So Anthony, thank you. I'm not different from you. You don't give for a better Liberia. I say thank you for coming on to explain your ordeal. I think we will connect later on after this interview. So, please start time for Anthony to come again, give a sign of the story. We appreciate Anthony coming on, and I respect him, as a young man, a brilliant young man. So don't take it in any way, Anthony. So, but this is it. Going forward, just like I said, right? Our country we are at a crossroad where leadership has not worked, and the reason why leadership has not worked is because we keep doing the same old thing. We keep making the same old decisions that we made in the past. But then we instead of blame people, but this is it. When you pick people, when you select people that don't have the experience and make it about their interest, what they can get, what they can expect from you, it's always going to be about them. Nothing's going to change. So I want you all, those that are listening right now, to think or do, to think in a different way. And say, what am I going to lose? I've already been a loser voting for my own people. I've already been a loser voting for my own people. I've already been a loser voting for my own. What am I going to lose if I just try somebody else? Somebody who has the record I'm hearing about. But because I don't feel that this person is like me, I have to do that or I've been sort of that person. What am I going to lose if I think about that person and vote for that person at this time? Am I going to lose anything? Because by right, and I'll put myself in there, I say we are all losers. We are all losers because some of the people we have supported in the past, we think that we're going to bring that change to relieve our people of the hardship. It's not happening. So if I try somebody else, you see the person has a better track record. If I try that person, what am I going to lose? I'm not going to lose anything because we're already down. When they say you're down already, you fear no fall, right? You fear no fall. And that's the issue with our country. And I will encourage each and every one of you to start to think. Because our next show we're going to have, we will give you an overview, a full show about the person we support, why we support that person. Why I not agree with some of the brothers in conflict is not because I don't like them, but I think we have always gotten it the wrong way, and that's the reason why we continue to cry. We need to change things, and I'll say thank you, God. Thank you, Timothy. Thank you, Anthony. Anthony, I will try to get Anthony's number. Let me come back in for us to talk. All right? Please. Okay. Yeah, for us to talk. So thank you so much, you guys. Good night to our parents, our mothers, our aunties, our grandparents, our brothers, and our sisters in conflict. Thank you all.
Yago Nimba Yaze.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Okay. Emery, Duke, you guys are welcome. Thank you so much. We enjoy the time, and only that Honorable Kiyomba intercepted our food. We were the cause because we also wanted you guys to bear the sound of the story because he was the center point of discussion today. That was the reason why he took a few minutes to elaborate on that. But whatever it takes, let it be. And I thank you guys so much for the contribution on the show today.
That's fine. Thank you guys. So we look forward to connecting.
Okay.
Yes, so it was another good opportunity on radio, the Good Shepherd, NIMBA County.
It's Crowder Boy, yeah. I too happy you came my way.
It was a great show, and Good Shepherd Radio, NIMBA County.
I just wanna
My
be.
people were doing everything to bring the spotlight on ABC.
Wanna be.
This morning, we kicked off with a short broadcast.
I love
Yesterday, we're on Bung Radio. And today, this afternoon, tonight in Liberia, we're on Good Shepherd Radio, NIMBA County. Yago NIMBA Yazie.
for you, yeah.
So it was splendid interview. If you just joined in this podcast, please go back and listen to the interview. We'll be back up here again next week to speak to the hearts and minds of the people in NIMBA County. I will definitely be on Hot FM and Truth FM. The closing, the argument, the nation's premier show. Will be on Radio Bungies, Puma FM, a bliss of media activities for next week. But as always, I'd like to acknowledge all of my people. I say thank you for supporting me, and thank you for following me, and thank you for giving us the stage to fight for the Liberian people. My name is Duke Estrida JJ. I'm a supporter of Alexander B. Cummings. I'm part of the National Campaign Communications Research. And together we're marching for the better Liberia. On that note, my people, your thank you. You'll have a good evening. I'll see you later on today.
You my everyday new thing. Go for bed party in the day.
Me, I like good thing. Me, I like good thing. The people so on you.
Morning, babe.
Calabar CIC.
Morning, baby.
Shout out to my man CIC, man. Morning, baby. Morning, baby.
I'm in love with you.
In Jaffa, I see you, Papi. Your boy Duke Estrada JJ. Thanks to all of you for following this Saturday session of our NIMBA encounter on Good Shepherd Radio. On that note, I'd like to sign off on this special edition of Unapologetic, and hopefully next week, me and the fellas will be back with Unapologetic, talking specifically about the PL480. You don't want to miss it. We coming with fire. Teddy Rod this year, Duke Estrada JJ this year, Alexander Cummings this year, October 10, vote number 4, Alex B. Cummings. And we're winning. We will beat them. We'll have a good evening, my people. All right.
We're not making it listen. When I chilling with you, and when I call it over, we're not making it listen. Yeah, we first to make better. We're not making it listen.
We're not making the list. And
on
that note, let's go ahead and sign off.
When I chilling with you, yeah, when I call it over, every day I hustle to make my living. Organ I hustle to make my living. Sagi point won't stop my living, yeah. They cannot stop it, can't stop my living, So me say, allow me to treat my liquor. Allow me to treat my liquor. Let me fall, let me spot you my liquor. Allow me to treat my liquor. Allow me to treat my liquor. Allow me
to drink my liquor. Crowd the ball. What's up? The man Teddy Rod.
Yeah, all my enemies bad to me.
Liberian music to the word. My people are enjoying the music too much, but I'm going to end it. And tonight, let's get back on radio and talk about the way forward. Good night, okay? Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah. They no doubt for my dog. They no cheap for my dog. No cheap for my dog. They no doubt for your dog. Yeah. They are looking for your door. They are, I'm not sure what to show you.